I am pleased to be joined now by the new president of the University of Saskatchewan, Vince Bruni-Bossio. Good morning.
Good morning.
New to me, new to us here, but you've been here for several months now, kind of getting your feet wet in this new high-profile position. Set to be installed officially coming up next week.
That's right.
During spring convocation. Mm-hmm. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. You know, the installation is an important moment. It's where I take the oath to uphold the role in an ethical manner. It's an important moment. It's important for me. It's important for the community.
The university, very strict about its rituals and ceremony. That stuff is very important. What exactly are you knighted? Is there some kind of scepter, or you have a cape? I know there are robes involved, right? What exactly is going on?
So they will put the robe on me, and I will say an oath in front of the lieutenant governor. So it is pretty official.
Okay, awesome. Now this is happening the first moment of business at convocation. After that, you will preside over, the beginning of a new chapter of lives and so many people. What kind of numbers? Who are we producing here in this convocation?
It's a great question. So there'll be 4,000 graduates walking across the stage, and I will shake every one of their hands as they go across the stage, which is a great privilege for me.
Have you been practicing?
I have been practicing my handshake. And, they join a community of 180,000 alumni across the world. So it's really about our community as much as it's about anything else.
Yeah, they're taking the University of Saskatchewan, the Saskatoon flag, and flying it wherever they do end up. That's a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah, it's a great thing, and it's a great moment for us as a community to honor and respect that. And also, their supporters are there in the audience, the family, friends, mentors. That's an important part of this too for them.
Yeah, and we'll be at Merlis Belcher Place, and it's a all week long experience. So then once that dies down, then the real work begins for you, right? Because you will have that name tag that officially says president. And a new president typically means a new path forward, a new vision, right? And I know a strategic plan is kind of in the early stages of development. What can we expect from that? What does the next 10 years look like for you?
Well, we're engaged in that process right now to determine that. I would say two things. We have a great foundation to build on. And I would also say that these are really uncertain times globally and with lots of change. So in that time, when there's all this uncertainty going on, we think it's a prudent time to have a thoughtful discussion around what our university needs to be for this province, for this country, for this globe, going forward. So we're engaged in consultations across the province. We've had campus conversations where we've engaged up to 3,000 people already through surveys and focus groups to understand their thoughts as campus community members. But we've also talked to dozens of industry leaders, donors, government officials here and in Ottawa to understand, what does the university need to be in these changing times? So the U-Plan 2035 will give us that clear directive of what we need to be as we go forward. More importantly for us, as in the province of Saskatchewan and the University of Saskatchewan, it gives us a collective identity of how we're gonna kind of go through these times and what we're gonna be. What are our strengths and what are our values?
Kind of because there is so much uncertainty right now. When something does arise that you maybe not expect, you have this blueprint to kind of go to.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, where did we take you from? Where do you come from? Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Jasper, Alberta. I was born and raised there. I've lived in different places in Canada, Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa, but I've been here for 20 years. And I was in different roles. I come from the business school. I'm a strategist. And I've done a lot of practical work across the province, consulting in different sectors. And I've also been a department head, vice provost, interim provost, and so now president.
So you already have plenty of Husky green.
I have plenty of Husky green and a good understanding of the university and the province.
All right. Well, we are happy to have you in this role, the new president of the University of Saskatchewan, Vince Bruni-Bossio. Thank you so much. And here's to a great term.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.